Weaponized incompetence is abuse. Let me explain. It happens when one partner intentionally pretends to be bad at something or to not know how to do something in order to manipulate their partner into doing it for them. This is a huge topic in the domestic and emotional labor realm. Now, it's not only men, but it's mostly men. So here's a few ways that it presents, and then we're going to talk about what men typically say. Deliberately providing inaccurate or incomplete information. Straight up refusal to learn or improve. Blaming others. Claiming ignorance. Over-promising and under-delivering. It can sound like this. You're just better at laundry than me. I don't even know the name of their doctor. Why can't you make the appointment? Well, I didn't know you wanted me to dry the dishes and put them away too. You weren't clear. What? I didn't know that was my job. I'm just not a detail-oriented person. That's your thing. One thing that I always feel so compelled to make clear is that it can only happen after you've had a conversation. Like the expectations have already been set. When I say, could you do the dishes? I mean wash, dry, put away. That might not be what you mean, and that's okay. It can honestly look different for everyone. But you have that conversation and you set the expectations, and then the person engages in weaponized incompetence. But I'll admit there's some things that don't really require a conversation, like how to make a doctor's appointment for your child. So let's use that as an example. Babe, can you make her a doctor's appointment? It's time for her physical. Oh, don't you normally do that? Yeah, but you asked me if I needed any help, so this would help. I don't even know her doctor's name. It's Dr. Harvey at the medical center. What's the phone number? Are you kidding me? Google it. Well, when am I supposed to make the appointment for? Never mind, I'll just do it myself. There's nothing innately feminine about making a doctor's appointment. And for those that want to say, but mom just knows the schedule better, ask yourself why that is. Like, is the argument here that men can't make phone calls? Because I don't know about you, but I have more faith in men than that. Wait. You want to provide, protect, and lead, but you can't make a phone call. Dishes, that's right over your head. A washing machine is too complicated, but you want to run the world. Women aren't innately better at this stuff. We're socialized to be better at this stuff. And to all the men who are like, I earn the money, 71% of women work full-time outside the home. Just over 40% are the breadwinners. And when she's the breadwinner, she's still doing more than you. Those men, they're not providing women with a goddamn thing except a headache. Now, if you're a man and you're watching this and your blood is boiling and you're thinking, this chick's a misandrist, you're wrong, and here's why. I think more highly of you than you do. I think men are capable. You're the one who said you can't work a washing machine. If you like to eat off clean plates, then you know the plates need to be clean. It's all very simple.
I made lunch for myself and my brother one day on the deal that he would clean since I cooked. After putting away my plate, I went off to work, only to return to my mom complaining that the kitchen was left a mess. I explained the deal my brother had made, and she shook her head. He doesn't know how to scrub a pot, she said. My brother is 15. I can't say I'm all too surprised, however. It was only a year prior that she said he couldn't clean his bathroom because he might hurt himself with the cleaning supplies. This was not my first time experiencing weaponized incompetence, and likely won't be the last. Weaponized incompetence is when an individual pretends to be incapable of doing a job well in order to shirk off their responsibility to do them. You'll find people using this to get out of work in all sorts of circumstances, at work, in school projects, but especially so in the home. You can't blame a child for getting the better of an adult. The right thing to do would have been to continue the chore until it was done right instead of giving in and saying, oops, he just can't scrub a pot. But often it is more aggravating to continue fighting than it is to just give up and do it yourself.
Someone cooked here.
However, when a mother does this, it lets the child know that they can get out of their responsibilities with the right act, especially those they deem feminine and menial. As they grow up, this act is strengthened because now those so-called feminine skills that one would expect them to have are not there, making it easier and easier to pretend that they do not understand how to use a broom or clean an item. This builds the foundation of lazy or clueless husbands.
I put in some spring rolls in the oven before I went out to cut the grass, and in 10 minutes I had to flip them over, so I set a timer for 10 minutes. I go outside, I start mowing the grass, I feel like it's been a good amount of time. I checked my phone. I still have 4 minutes left in the timer. I cut my entire backyard in 10 minutes. So tell me why, Mark, it takes you 2 fucking hours on Saturday morning to cut the fucking grass. Why? Why?
So y'all, hear me out. This is all a part of weaponized incompetence and the patriarchy. Y'all, pause to read about weaponized incompetence and how it is used most historically to keep men in power over women. Think about when you ask your man to do domestic duties like do the dishes, take out the trash, vacuum the living room. They literally move at turtle speed. It comes with complaints. Half the time they don't do it right. When there's a pattern of behavior like this, it's intentional. But I also believe because of our systems and because of the patriarchy, it's a learned behavior. And it's something that men as a whole are going to have to unlearn, and most of the time unlearn it in therapy. The most well-known example of weaponized incompetence comes when men have children and suddenly they can't learn new skills like changing diapers. Now, I know you're asking, how does taking 2 hours to mow the lawn and specializing in that relate to weaponized incompetence? And I'm telling you, it's because it's the opposite. It's weaponized competence. Men will most often take over things like mowing the lawn, doing yard work, raking the leaves, fixing things in the house, things that are masculine, and exaggerate the complexity of those things. Now, some of them are complex, don't get me wrong, but men are known to greatly exaggerate how hard these things are and the amount of time it takes to do them. And it's used as a tool to, you guessed it, keep the power dynamics in their favor. Because I don't know about you, but as a woman, if I'm already doing all of the domestic chores and taking care of children, I'm not going to want to learn all these masculine skills that my husband or a man is telling me are complicated or hard. I'm not going to do all that. Not unless I'm going to be by myself.
You'll find a lot of jokes about this online. There are countless Reddit threads about men putting leftovers in obviously wrong containers, or being unable to cook for themselves, or make things that any normal adult should be able to do. Although there is somewhat of a conversation about this topic, so many women face weaponized incompetence on a daily basis without even thinking about it. Does your boss ask you to take notes at every meeting because you're better at it? Have you ever taken up a chore that was not meant to be yours because your husband or boyfriend messed it up every single time? At work, do you find yourself avoiding giving tasks to certain employees who just won't do their work well? You might have even pretended to have weaponized incompetence yourself when it was beneficial to you. For example, pretending that something is too heavy for you to lift, or that you are incapable of doing a task you dislike, like changing a tire or doing manual labor. Women who use weaponized incompetence are taken not as examples of weaponized incompetence, but as further proof of female inability and of the truth of long-standing stereotypes. That all women are weak, all women are bad at math, all women can't fix cars. Meanwhile, an inability to take care of basic adult responsibilities, like cooking, cleaning, or taking care of your own kids, is to be expected of men, to the point where the women who married them must lie to themselves, as they can't change the problem and therefore can only change their reaction to it.
Babe, can you empty the dishwasher?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Dad, can you empty the trash for me?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Babe, can you feed the baby for me?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Can you vacuum for me?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
This stems from both men and women maintaining belief in patriarchal roles. The woman does the housework, the childcare, the caring. The man does nothing when he gets home from work. As a result, even as the division of the workplace is near equal in terms of gender, women are still doing most of the housework. Their partners don't pull their weight, even when they are explicitly asked to do so. This illustrates not a predisposition based on sex, but that men are so used to being taken care of, that marriage itself offers the promise of a domestic servant, that even those who consider themselves feminist allies and great partners are unable to care about the burden they place on their partners. It's not as if one can't be taught to wash clothes, fold laundry, or cook. Just like how men can Google how to fix broken laptops or install sinks, they can find a YouTube video to show them how to sweep, how to make more than microwave hot dogs, and can learn to pick up after themselves. After all, women are not born with an inborn cleaning ability. It is taught to them when they are girls, years adding on age and duty, as their brothers learn to expect others to do these duties for them. So, the question arises, what should you do about it? Very simple, you can use weaponized incompetence right back at them. Take, for example, a Reddit story where a woman was asked to iron something for her father-in-law. Instead of doing so properly, she scorched his shirt, ensuring that he would never ask her to do so again. Refuse to acknowledge their inability to complete tasks. Show them again and again, forcing them into a Sisyphus task of one mundane task until they give in and do it right. It worked for me. At work, one of my fellow employees was a high school boy who had never used a broom in his life. After he did a poor job of sweeping the kitchen, I told him to watch me do it correctly. And then I dumped the trash right back on the floor and made him do it again. This time, he got it right. The important thing here is to recognize that this is an unspoken game, and one that they assume they will win. Female socialization can make it hard to leave things messy, to complete tasks incorrectly, or to call out behavior like this. After all, we are raised to care for other people, to play nice and to sacrifice, even to our own detriment. Imagine how much easier it would be if we just didn't, and called out bullshit when we saw it. This, dear viewers, is where we part. As you can probably guess, I'm sick. I've been sick for the past week, and one side effect of my diabetes and congestion and general sickness is that I get really short of breath, and so I have scripts written, but I haven't had the energy or the breath to record them. So I apologize if the audio is not great for this video, but I just don't have the ability to make it sound better right now. Let me know in the comment section if you've ever faced weaponized incompetence, what you think about it, and if you have any other comments, questions, or concerns. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.